ring, weighing 4 golden lattes and 3 Instagrams, and hailing from the fun parts of Rockport, the Prince of Podcasting and the hero of humility, Adam Long Heisen.
And coming from a okay part of the Rockport, weighing in at Untitled DC University, got his soul to snark, Michael P. Mondanga.
Hello!
Hello.
It's Adam.
I'm Mike.
And, this is a podcast.
The podcast.
The only podcast.
Yes.
The cutest podcast.
Except no substitute.
Except, I mean, if you're listening to other podcasts, that's fine.
Yes. Yes. But if you get another Mike and Adam knockoff, reject it.
Please call the FDA.
Yes. The Food Drug Administration.
Shh, Mike. Shh. It'll be okay.
Yes.
So, what's on the docket for today, Mike?
Start with a little house cleaning.
Ugh.
Yes.
Chores.
Chores. We're still on YouTube.
Oh.
Yes. Our last podcast probably got like 14 hits.
Hey.
Yeah, we're in the tweens.
Hey, awkward demographics. Does that mean I have to get a Bieber haircut?
Yes, yes. Yeah, we're getting up there. As soon as I learn how to market. I'm reading such good marketing books like The Dictionary and Joel Osteen's How to Market.
How to market?
Yes.
Yeah, how to build a mega church in 3
Yes.
steps.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's what we're all about.
If you listen to this podcast, you will find $5.
Yes. If you believe.
If you believe hard enough. If you have enough faith.
And for you playing at home, go on our Facebook and hashtag Popular Ninjas.
Such as...
No, the hashtag is Popular Ninjas.
Oh, okay.
And then you just name a popular ninja.
Okay. Could you give us an example?
Like Sub-Zero.
Okay.
Yes.
Hashtag Sub-Zero.
Hashtag Sub-Zero. So the hashtag is Popular Ninjas.
Hashtag Popular Ninjas. Hashtag Sub-Zero.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Word.
All right. So I don't think we ever just jumped in this early. I don't know what to do. I feel like I should
Song and dance?
stall.
For what?
I
Our
don't
customers
know.
pay for premium content.
Yes.
At least they paid me.
Okay. So I guess I can get started. We have a purpose and a plan.
Yeah. Oh! Did you hear about this interesting piece of social media news?
What?
That Vine is shutting down. Did you hear that? Did you hear about that?
15-second video producer?
Yeah. They're shutting down. I guess they're. It was all over, ironically, Twitter the other day.
I'm coughing. I'm choking from the news.
Just stop. He's literally spat out some water.
Yes.
But it was all over Twitter yesterday. It was like hashtag RIP Vine, like RIP Vine, and people were just like reposting just different vines that they're gonna miss. But
wow.
But like, yeah, I think this is the first time that like a major social media site is shutting down and people actually caring about it. Like when MySpace went down, nobody really cared that much.
When Orkut went down.
I don't even know what that is, Mike.
That was Google's first try.
Oh.
And I was on there and probably a guy from Norway.
Nice. Were you guys friends?
Yeah, we were in a group together.
Yeah. Were you able to talk?
Yeah.
You should common language.
Our group was called Orkut Survivors.
Oh my.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Vine, what do you think is the landscape now for social media? Because when you look at Instagram now does video just like Snapchat does.
Yeah.
So do you think that eventually they're just all gonna morph together into just one super mega social media?
That'll be scary.
Owned by Google?
Yes. Anything owned by one company is scary.
Yeah. Skynet looking at you.
Yes. Yes. I just think I liked Vines because when you go to Facebook and you get the major news stories.
Mm-hmm.
You go to Twitter, you get some minor news stories. And then you go to Vines and you get the play-by-play trending news. Like, everything was trending. Everything had its literal 15 minutes of fame.
Right, exactly.
And you could follow it. Like, I was learning about that. It was trending for probably literally a week. This very good-looking man from Target.
Oh, yeah. It was like Brian from Target.
Yeah,
or something?
Brian from Target. And
Citation
it was like,
needed.
and it just flooded the Vine posts, and you felt so relevant.
Right,
because
like you knew. What was
at
happening.
any second you could do a 15-second video.
Right.
And that's where I got all my inner city comedy, because there was tons of like good inner city jokes and
What? Mike,
yes,
what?
it was. That's where you get like urban comedy.
Gone are the days of Richard Pryor.
Yes.
Cedric the Entertainer.
Yes. And now you would get like that guy who did Water Malone.
Yeah.
He kept me.
In stitches.
Yes.
Yeah. No, what are all those Vine famous people gonna do now? Like, what? They lost their medium.
Yeah, they did. I don't know. They're probably going to have to use the 16 other social media platforms.
That also does the same thing.
Yes.
Instagram,
Yeah.
Snapchat.
You know, I hate the Twitter 140 character rule. Because you can do 2 sentences that are coherent, but that third sentence, no. So my like tweets are like, go to gym have fun, give us money.
Give us money.
Yes.
We are fun.
We are fun.
We have fun.
And really what that was supposed to say is like, we're having an event November 5th. Bring a Halloween costume. Costs $15.
But in actuality,
go to gym. Have fun now.
$5.
$5.
Yeah. But there are things that you can download. There's a thing called Tweet Longer.
Yeah.
Where you can make your tweets longer. But I like the 140 character limit because it forces you to be concise and I'll be honest, sometimes on Facebook, somebody I know and love will post something that's lengthy, and I'm sure it's wonderful, but I'll just skip right over it. Keep it to that 140 characters. I'm definitely going to read it. Because it's like almost the essence of what you're trying to say. And I think Thomas Jefferson said it best when he said, why use 2 words when you could just use 1?
Yes. Or brevity is the soul of wit.
Ooh, who said that?
Some old dead guy.
We'll say... Richard Philip Marlowe.
Seymour Hoffman. The third. Yes. Oh, he was so good.
Rip.
Yes.
He was from Rochester, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Gone before his time.
And Jonathan Lithgow.
What was he in?
He was in Third Rock from the Sun.
Oh, okay.
That was his major thing.
Same thing with what's his name? Not Jeremy Renner. Yeah, was Jeremy? No. The guy that played Robin in The Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight Rises. Oh.
I love that I picked like an obscure movie that he's in. He's in other...
Looper.
Yeah, he's in Looper. What else is he in? Dang.
Please go on our Facebook right now and hashtag his name.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
And write Joseph Gordon-Levitt. You win a prize.
I do. I'm excited.
Yes. Oh, Jars of Clay, lead singers from Batavia.
Is he really? That's not really Rochester, is it?
No. But I'll take it.
Okay, we'll take it.
Yes.
Oh, what was that? If he was on American Idol or Teddy Geiger.
Teddy Geiger.
Do you remember Teddy Geiger? Oh my gosh! I wonder what he's doing.
Lead singer of Foreigner.
No, is he from Rochester too?
Yes.
What? No
Yes.
way! They're an actual real band.
Yes, he came to a Sam's Club to sign autographs for his new book.
That's amazing.
There was no line.
Uh-huh.
He was represented by a huge inflatable jukebox.
Uh-huh. Of course.
I guess Jukebox Hero.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I got anything autographed or I just shook his hand.
Uh-huh. But you talked to him?
I talked to him, and then I did a Facebook picture.
Awesome.
Because I got a picture with him, and I said, meeting the lead singer of Foreigner, it feels like the first time.
And just, you could say that you guys are going steady.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Rochester. Who knew? Who knows?
Yes. No one knows.
No one knows. Do we have any other famous musicians from the area? No.
Well, many a hipster will say that they know Joywave.
Yeah, I was gonna say
They came here first.
Yeah, they came from here first.
I knew Joywave when they were just a Rochester band.
Right, agreed. No, it was. I'm willing to tell this story on this podcast. So, his the lead singer Dan Armbruster, his parents go to Journey, Christian church, where famously Tom and Cindy go, who might be more famous than all the celebrities we just talked about combined. And so while the two of them were on vacation, Miranda, our house mom and your coworker, was house sitting and watching their cat. But as it turns out, the cat actually belongs to Dan Armbruster, the lead singer for Joywave. And because he was still living at home when he wasn't touring and stuff. This is a couple years ago. It was actually last year. So one day, Miranda invited me and some other people. We were over having dinner or whatever and hanging out. And we're sitting in their basement and we're watching a movie. And Dan's cat jumps up onto the armchair that I'm sitting on. And it frightens me because it jumped and clawed me. So I was like, get off me. And I punched Dan Armbruster's cat.
Oh no.
And I've since seen him around in Rochester, and I haven't had the courage to tell him.
He's gonna be number 15.
Right.
Listener.
You're right, that's what I'm saying. He's gonna be like, I heard what you said.
Yes.
So that's a true story. You can ask anyone that was there that happened, and it did, and it haunts me to this day.
Yes.
And Miranda actually met him. He came home one day when the last day before she left, so she met him. It was pretty cool. And she was getting stuff back from their tour. So she when they played Jimmy Kimmel Live, the outfit that Dan was wearing was sent back to the house. So she brought that up into his room and they
she rolled around in it.
Yeah. And a bunch of guitars and stuff came back. So she took them up into the room and stuff. So it was pretty cool.
Gosh.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
So cool.
Right. It's 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Yes. But you know what I noticed? You'd think Toronto, the third biggest city in North America.
Right. Is it really? Is it?
Yeah.
Is it? Was it San Francisco? New York City, L.A.
L.A.
and then Toronto. Okay.
You think they'd get huge names, but they keep it they stay away from the mainstream, and music? They have these very indie bands. And these indie bands will come to these huge theaters that have hosted Queen Elizabeth.
Right.
So you have bands like Group Love.
Yeah, I was gonna say Group Love.
They're gonna be at a place where royalty was.
Right. That's awesome.
These, I don't know, you find these millennial bands and these very hip and upcoming indie bands, and they get to play the Rogers Center. And it's so funny.
Yeah, it's really good. Canada historically is, I wouldn't say struggled, but to break into the American music market.
Yeah.
So it's just bands like the Tragically Hip, which are huge in Canada, and kind of maybe have a hit here in the United States, maybe, or
Bare Naked Ladies.
Bare Naked Ladies. have the one hit.
Yes.
Do they play any other songs? Like they go to a concert, they play that one song, and everyone leaves happy. Like nobody knows any of the other songs.
If you're a hardcore BNL fan, you're gonna know that 5 hits that they've done. You're gonna request that one song that no one knows.
Right. How many people do you think leave after just the one song?
Maybe they chant 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Oh man. See, I'm trying to think of other Canadian bands so I can impress you. Our Lady Peace.
Our Lady Peace.
I would say that was probably the biggest band that like broke through into the American market.
Yeah.
The Sheepdogs.
The Sheepdogs, yes.
They were, I know they're big in Canada, but I don't know how they transferred over to the United States. A little bit, not too much.
I know Michael Bublé.
Yeah, Michael Bubble. Who? I mean, we are now currently in Michael Bubble season. Like,
yes.
Like, I'm convinced that
Enter the bubble.
Exactly.
Yes.
The Bublé bubble.
Yes.
I feel like he like the minute like New Year's is over, he like goes into hibernation.
Yes.
Until next year, until like November.
I think his music wakes up Father Time.
Right. Exactly.
And charms him.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Because Michael Bublé doesn't do anything until like he does. Every year it seems like he does like another Christmas album or
yes.
But we don't get mad about it because he's so talented and good looking.
Yes. His voice is audio latte.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So, because his last name is Bublé, does that mean he's French? And does that mean he's from Quebec?
Probably. I don't even know.
Nobody knows.
I know I saw a Christmas special where his co-host was Kermit the Frog.
Oh, wow. That sounds like a duet made in heaven.
They just serenaded each other.
Of course they did.
For an hour.
I'd watch that special.
Yes.
It'd be better than Bill Murray's Christmas special last year. Did you see that?
That was horrible.
That was the worst.
It's pretty bad that he did a song with George Clooney, and it was the creepiest song.
Right.
Because he'd be singing like this in the style of Elvis about how he needs love.
Right.
And then George Clooney will like chime in the creepiest voice ever, and he's like, "Santa's kinda lonely." And I'm like, what is this? Why do I need a bath?
Right.
After I'm hearing this song.
There were so many talented people in that. I don't know how. I don't know if it was like they made it intentionally bad or I don't. Because like there were just a lot of like Bill Murray. Bill Murray was like the guy in it. Like, the main guy, and Bill Murray is next to Tom Hanks like the most talented people like in like the United States.
Right.
I'm convinced. I don't know.
And they didn't really know their audience, like, because within the 5 minutes, they dropped, like, 2 F-bombs.
Right.
But then the rest of the show is, like, PG for kids.
Right.
Yes.
Quote, unquote.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching it last year with Nala, and we were just like, what is happening?
And when, oh, shoot, I'm gonna forget her name. She's on The Voice. She's... Miley Cyrus.
Oh, she's on The Voice.
She was the most talented.
Shakira.
She was the most talented of all the singers.
Well, considering that she is a singer.
Yes.
But, yeah. Well, Bill Murray's actually pretty good at singing, which I was impressed with. But, yeah, agreed. It was just weird. It was just weird overall. Mike, if you had to do a Christmas special...
Oh, my gosh.
What would it be about? And who would be in it?
I would say trying to get Chewbacca back to his home planet.
Isn't that... That's already a special.
Yes. All right.
Isn't Boba Fett in one too? Like there's a Boba Fett Christmas special?
I would say trying to get Kylo Ren
back to Christmas dinner.
Kylo Ren helps Santa power the sleigh using positive...
encouraging Caleb.
Dark force.
And on that day, Kylo's heart grew 3 sizes.
Yes.
That'd be keeping in the tradition of horrendous Star Wars specials.
Yes.
That needs to happen.
Yes, it does.
If it was me, I would make a Christmas special about the horrendous cultural appropriation of the nativity scene.
Yes. And in the end, you find a socially acceptable one.
Right, exactly.
Where Jesus is wearing a BLM shirt and Mary's Hispanic.
Right, exactly. And they adopt
Joseph's transgender.
They adopt a white baby.
Yes. And I think the 3 wise men are like 3 of the top evolutionary scientists.
Right, exactly. So good.
Yeah.
It would just be like a shaky cam sort of thing.
Yes.
Where I would run up to nativity scenes and like rant and rave about why this one is wrong, and then just kick over the manger.
Co-host Michael Moore.
Co-host Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yes.
Citation, I think nativity scenes are wonderful, and they depict our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. That was just for comedy. Don't fire me.
He's the first refugee.
It's true.
Yes.
I found this really funny picture. They were like, don't forget to hate on refugees as you set up your nativity scene of two a Middle Eastern couple trying to escape tyranny in your front yard this Christmas.
Yes. So, on the record, let me tell you, this is a conservative speaking, that I've hated every Jesus actor that has come out in the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Just because, I mean, are there no Middle Eastern actors that are worthy of the role?
Right.
You know, Jesus' skin was olive colored.
Right. Look, at this point, I'd settle for Wilmer Valderrama.
But like every time they try to get like culturally close, they'll be like, "This Jesus is from New Zealand."
Right.
His skin is dark. That's right.
That's close, right?
It's like no, get like, in the one that they have now, a whole movie about Jesus' temptation in the desert. They have Ewan McGregor.
Is Jesus?
Yes.
Close enough.
Yes. The Irish
He's
Jesus.
Irish, right?
Yes.
He's Irish Jesus.
Yes. Jim Caviezel. I guess, maybe.
Like, can we not find, like, an ethically, like, Hebrew, like, like, I don't know, Israeli actor? I'm sure there are tons of them.
I just feel like the church is in charge. Like, they sit down at this creative table and they're like, we need to find, a very historical Jesus. And they're like, well, what about someone from, the Middle East? Like, oh, no one's ever been saved there.
Right.
Do they even have acting?
Right.
Go to New Zealand.
You know what would really blow my mind and make me really happy is if they got a Palestinian actor to play Jesus. Right? Like, how great would that be? I'd be excited. But yeah.
I would even be happy with, like, a Jamaican Jesus.
Right?
Yes.
A Jamaican Jesus.
Sort of like, well, he wouldn't be Jamaican, but DC Talk, Michael Tate played Jesus in a rock opera called Hero.
Okay.
And I think Rebecca St. James was Mary.
Okay. Are they, like, the same age?
Maybe. Who knows? Yeah.
The 90s are coming back in that statement really strong.
Yes. But that was great because he got crucified in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
It was great because he got crucified.
Make sure you finish that sentence.
Right.
They don't call it Good Friday for nothing.
True that.
Make Good Friday great again.
We need to put that on a t-shirt.
Yes.
If that's not on a t-shirt this year, t-shirt companies, you're failing.
Yes.
/ don't steal our idea.
Yes.
Or at least pay us.
Yes. All right.
That's gonna be my Facebook status on Good Friday this year.
Yes.
Make Good Friday great. Anyways.
All right. So I think we've satisfied
The intro.
Yes. I have a question.
Ooh.
Or an open discussion about best board game rules.
Best board game rules. Okay.
So, each board game, whether Apples to Apples or Dungeons and Dragons, have these rules, these ways to initiate combat.
Right.
I came up with this idea of what are the best board game rules when I was playing Candyland with Lynn.
Okay.
And it was easy. You pick a color, you move to the space.
Right.
And I'm like, it would be cool if you could roll for initiative in Candyland.
Right. Exactly. So are you talking about like hard and fast like game rules, or are you talking about like have you heard of this term like house rules?
Like kind of like how do you do combat in one game versus combat in another game?
Mm-hmm. So before we get into that, the thing that came to mind is the landing on Boardwalk in Monopoly, and Boardwalk landing on the free parking.
Yes.
And did you ever play where like all the money from like taxes or money from fines from like community chests would go right into the middle, and if you landed on free parking, you would get all that money.
Yes.
Like that's not in the game rules, but those are like house rules. But everyone seems to know this.
Really?
Yeah. That's not in the board game. Like that's not
living a
rule,
lie.
right? But that's a great rule. Like I love that rule. But no, for games, I mean, so in Dungeons and Dragons, what's really wonderful is you're only limited by your imagination and the dungeon master.
Yeah.
And it's also just based on dice rolls and modifiers. So based on your statistics, you can then do certain feats. So in the current campaign that I'm playing, I'm a bard character, and there's this bit where we were walking through this one town and we were trying to get some information. So I ended up doing like trying to do like sleight of hand magic tricks to like gather a crowd and then like convince them to like tell us where to go. So I did it the first time I tried to do it. It failed. Because the DM wasn't like, I don't know, was being a jerk.
He wasn't cool. So then I tried to do it a second time, but the second time I like picked up a gnome child and I tossed him into the... So I rolled a natural 20 on this one. Yes.
So the DM had to let me do it.
Yes.
So I threw this child into the air, and using a magic trick, I did it looked like I cut him in half.
Yes.
And he like fluttered down to the ground. Then like a crowd of like guards and like people like ran over to us, and then the child was like there perfectly happy, and then we were able to get the information that we needed.
Wow.
So so I love games like that where you're able to just roll for kind of like and based on your luck and your modifiers, you're able to like do certain feats, which is cool.
Like my friend Drew was explaining his game where he was in a cave and he turned into gas, a gas state, went into the brain of a werewolf and exploded.
Oh, jeez.
And I'm like, how do you do that? And what's to keep you from saying, I have the orc nuke that kills all orcs?
Because it would be limited by like so say if you're a mage and you were gonna do that, you only have first of all, it'd have to be like a spell, like you know what I mean. So it'd have to be there's like a big thick book of like spells that you can learn, and you're limited by like the level which you can get to and like doing certain abilities. But like an example like that, we were in this tower where the guy that was in control of the realm that we were in, and we had to like.
Did you see my email to
No.
Yes, good.
Awesome. Breaking the fourth wall.
Yes. You could tell we're professionals.
You heard it here first, kids. The email to Grace was sent.
Yes.
So, okay. And so this guy sent us, before he would give us information that we needed, like, we couldn't even get to go talk to him. Like, we were stopped by the guy at the front gate. Or he was actually sitting at a desk, and like he wouldn't let us go up into the tower to talk to the guy. We had to do a certain amount of quests, but because my guy is a bard and a sneak thief, and I have this ability called Dimensions Door, and essentially it's just a teleportation spell, but I can teleport myself and like another person or items and whatever. So the rest of my party was distracting the guy at the desk, and me and the other guy teleported past the guy and the desk, and and the DM that had planned out maybe about an hour's worth of like stuff for us to do, like side quests and stuff, to get us past the guy in the desk. We skipped all of that and we just teleported past the guy.
Wow.
And so it's just like, it's just about knowing your character's abilities and then how to best respond to stuff with his peers.
See, I would love to get into stuff like that if I had the patience.
Mm-hmm.
Someone tried to play they had a dumbed down version of Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
And you would move up to the bad guy in the dungeon. And like, let's roll for initiative. And he's like, Mike, you didn't hit. No, clearly I did, because I said I want to hit this guy.
Right.
But they're like, no, your dice says you didn't hit him.
Right.
Then why am I near him? And then, like, when it was time to hit the guy, you roll the dice again, and then people, like, spent a good 5 minutes writing down math equations.
Yep.
And saying, no, did it work? No, it didn't work. And I'm like, this is not how Final Fantasy works. You hit fight, you take points off, you move on. So what are your favorite board game kind of rules? So, I love dungeon explorers that kind of imitate video games, where all you have to do is roll a dice, and it's like, okay, you hit the character, subtract 3 from 6.
Right.
He has 3 hit points left. Now he's gonna hit you. Rolls a dice.
Right. So you like Dungeons and Dragons without everything that makes Dungeons and Dragons fun.
Yeah. In fact, there's a game called Super Dungeon Explorer, which is based on like anime characters.
Okay.
That kind of runs in there. I think there's some extra dice, which might throw me off. But I was talking on the last week's episode about claustrophobia.
Okay.
Which is, and that game has a very cool way of doing a health system. You roll for initiative.
Right.
And based on what the die roll is, that's what your stats are.
For that round?
Yeah.
That's
so
cool.
if you rolled a 1, now you have a movement of 4, a defense of 5. And if someone hits you while in that round, you can no longer roll that initiative.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's like a...
Yeah. Like, that's something I can get behind.
It's like a new character almost every round.
Yeah.
Which is cool. That's really cool. There's... Oh, shoot. There's this game that we played with Sam, who was on our podcast previously. I forgot what it's called, and he's gonna make fun of me mercilessly for forgetting. It's like Star Realms, Starscape. That's a TV show. Star something. It might not even be Star anything, but essentially in the game you can play as different alien or terrestrian factions, and each of the factions have like different stats and different abilities and essentially there are 2 really big ways to win the game. Like, you can get an economic victory or you can get a military victory, which is great. Thomas.
Really?
No, we were just talking about you.
Yes.
We're podcasting right now. What's going on, Thomas?
So cool.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to listen to the next one because the first one because I can't get the thing downloaded.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
He also doesn't know we're on YouTube.
Really?
Yes.
So, for the first time ever, we have Tom on the podcast.
Yes.
What are you up to, man?
Wow.
Did we pass our housing inspection?
Yeah, they just called me me. They said, "Hey, your C of O's ready to pick up."
Hey.
And I said, "Hey, okay, so I'll come down and pick it up."
Mm-hmm.
She said, "Okay, it's $350." I said, "Oh, shit." I said, and I started laughing, and she goes, "Does that surprise you?"
Uh-huh.
I said, "No, Mike Mordenga has he's loaded stacks of cash, so we got no problem there. I'm going to see him right now, so it's all good."
Mordenga Michael.
I can't believe you said my first and last name, because on this podcast, I am Lord Raptor.
Clearly he's not an avid
That's
listener.
what I told her. She knew.
Yes.
Lord
Yeah,
Raptor.
she's the one who said, "Oh, Mike Mordenga." When I said Lord Raptor has the cash.
Lord Raptor has the cash.
Yeah, that's how it went down.
That is the name of our new the podcast.
Lord
This-
Raptor has the cash.
Where's Andre Shaw or whatever?
Andre, he might be upstairs.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Andre!
So, just to narrate what's happening, life,
Life is happening.
ministry life is
Ministry is
happening.
happening. See? You guys get a picture of what it's like to be in our lives. Constant disruption.
For any of you who actually wanted to hear that game board stuff, you're probably fast forwarding right now.
Right, they're just like, when are they going to talk about game rules again?
Yes.
That's probably the best thing that could have happened.
Yes.
We were talking about rules in board games.
Yes.
Oh, look, it's Andre.
Here comes Andre,
Yeah,
the
that's
chosen
'cause
one.
Thomas is
Hey,
here.
Andre, I didn't want to take my shoes
Oh,
off. What's going on?
shoot. And now ministry is happening.
Yes.
But anyways, let's soldier on.
Yes. Oh, should we continue board games?
Nah, I think I'm done with board games.
Oh, okay. I don't even know. We have a competing conversation in the background.
They can't hear that. Not over us.
Yes.
We're too powerful, Lord Raptor.
Yes.
Lord Raptor and what should my name be? Like Page Ankylosaurus.
Yes.
That's me, by the way.
Page Ankylosaurus.
Yeah. Do you know what a page is? A page is like it's like a kid that's training to be a knight.
Yes.
And I got
The
to
page.
print out of the car. So
All right.
They
well,
gotta print out in the car. Anyways.
Oh my gosh. And the thing is, I'm not gonna even edit this out.
No, why would we?
I know.
Anyways.
All right, so I think it's your turn for you. You roll for initiative.
I rolled
and
for-
question.
Okay. We gotta talk. We talk about wrestling and some other stuff on our show, but we've never talked about our top 5 favorite wrestlers of all time. So I don't know how we haven't done that. So,
deep chokehold Melzer.
Yes.
is that real?
Absolutely. I think he started the whole. He was a wrestler. And they started the whole big. I don't know, whatever wrestling federation is.
Ooh.
Dave, it was like this. It was Dave, deep chokehold, Melzer. That's how it went. Just like that.
Tom, do you know him like on a personal level?
Yeah, he's real close.
Taught him everything Tom knows.
So go on our Facebook page. Hashtag Dave Deep Chokehold Meltzer.
Also, if you can draw us a picture of what you think he looks like.
Yes.
He's the best.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Did you know I was up till 3 a.m. last night looking up old WCW cruiserweight matches?
Interesting. A lot of Chris Jericho.
Actually, it was their 2001.
Mm-hmm.
So they had AJ Styles.
Okay.
when
Yeah.
and he was doing amazing work. He was a jobber back then,
Right.
So.
Did you know he was on TNA? I didn't know he was on TNA.
Yes.
That's so crazy.
His whole career kind of got rocketed in TNA.
Mm-hmm.
But they had a guy named Jason Jett
Okay.
that he was getting up so much. He was getting so much steam. Like people were loving him, getting behind him.
Mm-hmm.
He did this backflip to an elbow. It was his
shoot.
finisher.
That's actually really
And-
cool.
Then shortly after WCW died,
Right.
and no one's ever heard of Jason Jett.
Didn't get picked up by
Yeah.
Vince McMahon.
Maybe he's under a different name.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know.
Probably. Who knows? That's good. But yeah, so I mean, top five. Do you have a top five? Do you have a top 5?
Every time I see Diamond Dallas Page wrestle, I
Yeah.
get excited.
Yeah.
Just because all of his moves explode.
DDP.
Yes. When he does
He's
gives
great.
you a power bomb, it just bursts.
When he takes off the mask and he reveals himself to be the stalker and he like does the diamond thing in the ring, it's so great. Like that's one of the most iconic moments. That's really good.
There's a clearance rack at Walmart in
no good sense has ever started that way.
In Henrietta.
Okay.
That has a DDP for $11.
Interesting.
Yes.
Like a DD. What is it? You just wear like a black tank top and some jeans.
Yes.
Like stuff you have in your closet. He did this elevated drop off the top rope. No, he did an inverted DDT like.
He did. Well, he's got basically an RKO.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
So
Look him up, Melzer.
Melzer will do. No, I'm thinking of Jake the Snake Roberts. Never mind. Continue.
Yes.
So Diamond Dallas Page.
Yeah.
He's good.
I mean, he would always be second fiddle to Kevin Nash and Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
But like he was WCW, born and raised. And every federation. No, he started a yoga group now.
Yep.
DDP Yoga.
Yep.
And so now he's in the realm of obscurity. But when he was there, he was just everyone loved him. Bang.
Yeah.
DDP.
He was right. He was. Yeah. He had a lot of charisma.
Yeah.
And he was very. His facial expressions always. They were great. They were good. Let's see. So. I think my entry into the list, definitely The Undertaker. The Undertaker. I just remember being a kid and being like, wow, that guy is huge, and he has a hat.
Oh yeah.
And like, I mean, his WrestleMania entrances with like the Druids and like the Lightning and all that, and like. He's just been so relevant for so long, so he's definitely in the top 5 for me.
There's an indie wrestler who's in Lucha Underground right now named Jack Evans.
Okay.
And he is by far the most, like, his movements are liquid. He does, like, triple backflips in the ring.
It's like nothing.
Like, it's nothing. He does this, like, 720 splash.
Right. And that's, like, one of his entry.
Yeah,
like,
that's his entry move.
Right.
Like, everything he does, his taunt is breakdance moves.
Shoot.
Yes.
Like, just casually.
Yeah. And I'm so surprised. Well, first, I have no idea why one of the major wrestling federations hasn't picked him up. Like, maybe because he's such a liability. Everything he does is like a neck break waiting to happen.
Yeah.
But he is just so entertaining to watch. And the fact that I think he loses in every one of his matches.
Yeah.
Like, he always plays the jerk, but
right.
he's just like you just can't watch him without your jaw being dropped.
Yeah. I think for me, my second entry is probably going to be Chris Jericho. I mean, one of the best on the mic. Really good in the ring. I think underrated in the ring. I think people only see him as being really good and really funny, like outside the ring.
Yeah.
But then they always forget that he just throw out like a casual lion salt.
Yeah.
Like. And I think he's just really talented, and he's been relevant for a long time too. I think. Yeah. And across many different wrestling organizations too, and he was good. And like. And Y2J and like, and when you can keep up with The Rock on the mic, you're doing something good.
Third one, Jay Briscoe.
Okay.
He's like a Southerner. Like his entrance music is "Reach for the Sky," and then all these bullets fly out. I'm sure he's missing a few teeth.
What promotion does he wrestle for?
Ring of Honor.
Okay.
He was the world champion for a while, but I like him because he's like a gentle Stone Cold.
Okay.
He doesn't have any rough edges, but he's still like this tough guy.
Right.
That fights MMA style and loves the South.
Right, he loves the South.
Yeah, and he has a brother named Mark Briscoe who's like funny, and he's like a comedy wrestler.
Okay. Okay. Like, I was gonna say, what's his name? How did I forget his name? But he does the, he was in really bad taste, but he was like, a little like mentally kind of slow.
Oh.
What's his name?
Oh no.
You know who I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
And then Hulk Hogan saved him at WrestleMania from, not the Iron Sheik, but one of those people that the WWE like got to pretend to be Iraqi or
Yes.
like and pretend to be a terrorist, and he was like terrorizing him, and then like Hulk Hogan like triumphantly comes into the ring and wins one for America.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about.
What's
his name?
Was this mid 2000s?
Yeah.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. People were applauding because he's considered developmentally disabled.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the announcers would make jokes that were totally inappropriate.
Yeah, about him. Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be wrestling and they'd be like, "Run, Forrest, run!"
Yeah. And they're just like,
Ugh.
for the mid 2000s, that was okay.
Yeah. Well,
Oh man.
I know who you're talking about. The
Yes.
internet doesn't.
No idea.
Our 14 fans won't.
Nope. My third entry into this is gonna be HBK, Heartbreak Kid.
Yes.
Shawn Michaels. I think equally good in his promotions, unmatched in the ring. I mean, I'm convinced that every 5 seconds someone is watching the super kick to Shelton Benjamin. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
When he launches himself off the top rope and then HBK just like kicks him right in the face and just buckles him. It's a hard bump. It's ridiculous. It's really good.
Oh gosh.
I'll show you after. It's really good. It's wonderful. But yeah, no, I mean so many great matches. And I mean he is Mr. WrestleMania, like his match with Undertaker, one of the best of all time. And DX, what more can be said? And he loves Jesus. So.
And he loves Jesus. He's in that Christian movie.
Right, yeah. We talked about it a couple weeks ago. I remember that. Yeah.
Oh gosh. Am I on the fourth? I'm probably on the fourth one.
Yeah.
Gosh, AJ Styles. If we haven't said it yet, he's so much fun.
Yeah, he's really cool.
Yeah. Everything, like, he just goes into, I want to say, level 3 high risk moves, right?
Well, I mean,
the
Styles
beginning
Clash.
of his match.
Right, yeah. Well, Styles Clash is like legitimately like hurt people.
Yes.
Like on the neck. But yeah, no, he does not let up. He is he honestly does it just because he loves wrestling.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't do it for the fans. He doesn't do it for anybody else but himself. He's just like, I love wrestling. I just want to be the best that I can be.
Yeah.
And he's been doing it at a high level for so long.
Yeah. I've always loved Raven. Yeah, quote the Raven, nevermore.
Yeah.
Just because he had such a cool, dark persona. And he could do wrestling moves that I could do. His finisher was the
Eating
even flow
Doritos.
DDT.
Yes.
And he was just such a cool like street fighter.
Right. Almost like Sting.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's
Except
great.
Sting could lift people, and I can't lift people.
No. Sting is actually one of those wrestlers. When you look at his career arc, you're just like, how did you get from this really happy-go-lucky kind of like bright color paint to like this really emo like vigilante kind of guy?
Yeah.
Like,
He's
how did that happen?
But he wasn't like Undertaker dark.
No,
He was more just like, I'm a mystery.
right. Like he's like Batman gritty.
Yeah.
Like, or almost like what's his name, Rorschach. I always compare him to Rorschach from Watchmen. Like I feel like he's kind of like that. So was that 5? Did you go through 5 of your
Yeah,
favorite? Okay.
I would say.
Okay. My next 2 are Stone Cold. I mean, how do you not like Stone Cold Steve Austin? I think the one kind of mar on his career that people sometimes get kind of mad about is like the heel turn when but I thought that was hilarious, and he's like he's running around hugging like Vince McMahon and wearing funny little hats with Kurt Angle. I don't know. I think he's just great. He's talented, and he's the fact that that people know who he is outside of wrestling, means that like, he's just he's unmatched, and like and he's synonymous with kind of like The Rock is with this Attitude Era. Like you can't talk about it without the two of them, and then The Rock, who transcends wrestling. Like he's bigger than wrestling. Like he's a cultural icon. He's a movie icon. He's
he sang about pie.
He did.
The Rock likes pie.
He sang about a lot of things.
Yes.
And but I think the one thing that people would like kind of his one shortcoming is in the ring he is a little like he isn't he's not an AJ Styles where he's gonna go out and do all these crazy moves, but he was in no other words electrifying.
Yes.
Like he was really charismatic, and he's just really good. And, I think that I really identified that as a kid.
Yeah.
And I feel like that his kind of persona has affected my persona now, like just the way that he talks and his confidence and like his kind of humor, and like I think he's really great. I think he's a good wrestler.
The WWE is famous for making you so popular and famous, even if all you can do is the headlock.
Right.
Like they can turn your headlock into the most electrifying move.
Right. Exactly. That's so great.
A rock bottom is not hard to do.
No, you can do a rock bottom.
Yes. An elbow.
Right. The people's elbow.
Yeah.
Like, one of my favorite tag teams, and if this list was to have 6, I would have Mick Foley on here.
Yeah.
But I loved their tag team, the Rock and Sock Connection.
Yes.
Like, Mick Foley's great. But yeah.
And it's funny because you have these lesser promotions, and these wrestlers are doing 720.
Right.
Like they do moonsaults. They do these neck-breaking weird pile drivers off of ladders.
Right.
And they can't make nearly as much money as a WWE wrestler that does the triple elbow.
Right. Right.
The clothesline to hell.
Right, exactly. Or like even people that like do those things in the WWE, they just don't get pushes.
Yeah.
Like Dolph Ziggler, like he goes out and he's a good wrestler, and he does good moves, and he's good on the mic, but he just doesn't get the recognition that he deserves.
Neville with that
red arrow.
move.
Yeah. I've since talking about it, I've seen multiple videos, and I'm like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
It's so talented. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. But I do like that currently, though, the WWE is pushing AJ Styles and pushing Kevin Owens, and yeah, I think that's good for business. That's good for business. But yeah, what's next, Mike? What do you got? What do you got next?
A little game I like to call awkward or more awkward. So you get to choose which would be more awkward in these situations. All right, so the first one is throwing up in class versus showing up late to church while church is in session, opening your coat and having 5 pigeons fly out.
John Woo style?
Yeah.
See, I think that would be freaking awesome. You just come in, does your coat flies up, and it's just some birds fly out.
You don't think that would be a little disruptive?
Probably.
A little memorable?
Considering that I'm currently going to a church, but there's 30 people, 40 people. At what age am I throwing up in class? Like, Am I like
Probably
now or like
junior
eighth
high.
grade? Okay, definitely junior high would be more awkward because I would feel absolutely horrible about myself.
Yes.
I would be like, in addition to being physically sick, the emotional trauma of that.
Yeah. All right. I think that's a correct answer.
Agreed.
Forgetting pants to work versus a girl leaning in for a kiss and you Batista bomb her.
See, that's not awkward. That has happened to me.
Yes.
I thought you were gonna go with like sneezed.
Yes.
But you went right to something extremely violent
Yes.
and probably would kill her.
Yes. You're just like, do I kiss? Do I kiss? Oh, I chose Batista bomb.
Not again.
Yes.
I feel like that just because of the repercussions following that.
Yes.
Like, that's a lawsuit.
Yes. And an apology.
Yeah.
And a fruit basket sent home.
Yeah, definitely a fruit basket.
Hitting a parked car versus accidentally making an all Nickelback CD mix.
And sending it to the girl you Batista bombed.
Yes.
The Nickelback.
Yes.
See, accidents happen. Nickelback shouldn't have happened.
Yeah. Where you're like, oh, I picked all Nickelback. I don't even own their albums.
Right, I don't even know how this happened.
Yes.
I must have been drunk.
Yes. Burning a souffle versus mistaking Michael Cera for Jesse Eisenberg.
That's such a good one. How often do you think that happens to them?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesse, I loved you in the new Dawn of Justice movie.
Yes.
You were so great. I'm Michael Cera. You know what? They're both so nice. They probably wouldn't even correct you.
Yeah.
Like Michael Cera would be like, "Yeah, thank you." It's like I really like that project. It was really good.
It was great. There's a picture going around. Jack White, lead singer of the
White Stripes.
White Stripes. He's getting interviewed, and his picture looks like Michael Cera pretending to be Johnny Depp. It's like this is Michael Cera cosplaying as Johnny Depp.
That's amazing.
Yes.
I gotta look this up. That's so funny.
It's so funny. Yeah. All right. Stealing Kim K's ring versus getting thrown in Harambe's pit.
Yo, I saw this really funny meme the other day. It was like guy goes into job interview and interviewer says, "Tell me something interesting about yourself." And the interviewee goes, "Yeah, when I was 8 years old, I fell into the pen at the Cincinnati Zoo." And the other guy goes, "Get out."
People are worshiping that poor ape.
I love Harambe.
Yes.
Don't say a bad thing about him. I love him. I saw the trolley experiment, like the philosophical ethics thing.
Yes.
Where it was just like, for those that don't know, it's like your mom is tied up and is on one side of the railroad track, is on one track, and then there's 5 complete strangers on another track, and there's a trolley barreling down on the train track, and you can flip a switch to either kill your mom or to kill the 5 strangers, and it's just like, what would you do? It's like this really dumb philosophical experiment. But there's another one where it's the same thing, and it's just like, would you care about Harambe, or do we care about Harambe because he's dead? Wait, what was it? No. It was like, essentially the whole thing was like, we only care about Harambe because he's dead.
Yeah.
So it was like, so I remember. So it was either Harambe is alive and we don't care about him, or Harambe dies and we do care.
Yes.
So it's like the only reason that we care about Harambe is the fact that he died.
I love whenever there's an animal that gets killed and it makes the news. Pro-life people, my people, your people, they always put up this like angry post. They're like, we care about tigers more than babies. We care about Harambes.
Right.
And
But also at the same time, God says for us to love His creation.
Yeah.
So I feel like animals are a part of that.
Right.
Anyways,
Yeah.
tangent.
So-
Definitely the Harambe.
Harambe. Awkward. Forgetting a line in a play. Or accidentally quoting Trump in a speech about equality.
I feel like both are the same.
Yes.
Mike, can I tell you the most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to me?
Please. While the cameras are rolling.
Perfect. So I was in 4th grade, right? And I was in this musical adaptation of Charlotte's Web.
Mm-hmm.
And I played this sheep character.
Yes.
And we had a big musical number, me and 3 other people, and we were singing or whatever. And when we were done, we had to walk forward off stage and down the stairs and then out and around.
Mm-hmm.
And naturally, because sheep don't wear shoes, I just had socks on.
Yeah.
As I'm walking off the stage, mind you, this is in front of the entire school. I'm walking off the stage, I slip and fall down the stairs in a sheep costume.
Yes.
4th grade, in front of the entire school.
Wow.
And I was mortified. It was awful. It was horrendous. I cried. It was awful.
Do you often look back to that and say, okay, if this hadn't happened, I wouldn't be single.
Exactly. Right.
I wouldn't be working here.
Right. Exactly. That is the exact moment.
Yeah.
That's so great.
All right. So which one would be more awkward? Forgetting a line in a play?
I think just in the current climate that we're in, I think definitely the Donald Trump.
Yeah.
The Donalds.
Sending an embarrassing email versus deleting 2,000 government emails.
What is more awkward?
Yes.
See, the second one is a crime.
Yes.
The first one is legitimately awkward.
Yes.
Hey Mike, did my sexy Harambe costume come in? Sends to Tom.
Yes.
No!
No. Oh, we could get into the whole Halloween travesty of how men get firefighter,
Right.
ninja,
Right.
police officer. Women get sexy ninja.
right. The only
Sexy
difference
police
is like they get
officer.
an adjective
Yes.
added.
Oh.
I want to have a sexy firefighter outfit.
Yes.
It's not fair.
What are some totally random costumes where the word "sexy" in front of it wouldn't work?
Sexy postman.
Sexy claims adjuster.
Sexy DMV worker. Sexy janitor.
Sexy Eisenberg.
Sexy physicist.
Sexy Batista bomb victim.
Oh man, that's good times.
So that is awkward versus more awkward.
Very wonderful.
Yes.
So how much time do we have left? We don't have that much time left. I mean, we got time for maybe one more thing before we go into our taste test.
Oh, okay.
What should we talk about?
I have favorite Chun-Li.
Okay. From Street Fighter?
Yes.
Okay. What? Okay.
Or favorite movie / TV / game ninja Face Off.
Face Off.
Mm-hmm.
I think considering we did the hashtag ninja at the start,
Yes.
maybe we should do something ninja related.
Yes. So I'm gonna name some ninjas.
Okay.
And they're gonna fight each other, and you just tell me who wins.
Who wins? Okay.
All right. Ninjago
The Legos?
versus Snake Eyes.
How is that even fair? Snake Eyes is...
Snake Eyes would lose. I know.
No! Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes wins. He's a G.I. Joe.
But Ninjago, they shoot wind and.
Snake Eyes has a gun.
Ninjago has the power of friendship.
He still has a gun.
But as a Lego character, you can't really die.
You can't when you get killed by Snake Eyes.
Fine. Snake Eyes wins. Scorpion versus Deathstroke.
Ooh, Deathstroke. Easy.
Deathstroke.
Deathstroke is one of my favorite DC characters.
Yeah.
Like, he's great. I mean, if you can go toe-to-toe with Batman, you can go toe-to-toe with Scorpion.
Yes.
Like, that's not...
They modeled Deathstroke after Clint Eastwood.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Like, I could see that.
Yeah.
He's really cool. Yeah. That would be a good fight. I'd like to see
Yeah.
that. I feel like it would be close.
Well, one regenerates health and the other one's dead.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Deadpool versus Naruto.
Deadpool.
Deadpool.
Easy.
I don't know. Naruto would believe it.
That's true.
Yeah.
But Deadpool is unkillable.
Yes.
And he's literally killed the entire Marvel universe. I don't think
Mm-hmm.
Naruto is gonna stop him.
But he can vanish and turn into a log.
Yeah. Naruto, that's great and all, but Deadpool can break the fourth wall, so he knows that that's happening.
Yes. All right. And finally, Daredevil versus Raiden from Metal Gear Solid.
Ooh. See, when you said Raiden, I thought you were gonna go Raiden from Mortal
God of
Kombat.
Thunder.
The God of Thunder. I was like, that's not fair.
Not a ninja.
No, first of all, not a ninja. But that would be it. See, I think if you went Raiden versus Deathstroke, that would be the ultimate ninja battle.
Yes.
Versus, I just think the Metal Gear Solid Raiden wins against Deadpool, just because I think
Versus Daredevil?
versus, what did I say?
Deadpool.
Deadpool, same thing. They both were red.
Yeah.
But just because the gear that Raiden has is
Yeah.
just better than
It's so cybernetic.
right, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's great that Daredevil can't see. Raiden doesn't have to. He's a computer.
Yes. Yes. So if you had like a huge battle royal
Mm-hmm.
of all 8 of those ninjas
Right.
in the
Who
same
would-
room,
who
who
would
would win and why did you choose Ninjago?
First of all, I love that you said Ninjago, but that's not an individual ninja. That's the name of their show.
So it's all of them. So clearly they win.
Just by numbers.
Yes.
I feel like it would come down to Snake Eyes, Deathstroke, and no, it would come and Deadpool, and I think with just Deadpool coming out on top.
Yeah.
But you're right, Ninjago would win.
Yes. You're right. Right.
I'm so silly. I don't know why I didn't choose them.
Yes.
They literally have the power of friendship.
The power of friendship and wind, and they can take their heads off.
Did you see that they're making a Batman Lego movie?
Yes. It's gonna be so silly.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be better than any of the movies since Nolan's.
Yes. Sadly. And you know they have an animated feature that brings back the 60s Batman.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have Adam
Is
West.
Adam West?
And I think the other Robin's played by Burt.
Oh, cool.
And
Is Joker gonna be in it?
yes, and the bad guys are gonna be like they're gonna be full of puns and schemes.
Good. Is it gonna be on Netflix?
It's actually gonna be out on DVD, but then they're doing like a movie event.
Oh, cool. They're gonna like show it. That's
Yeah.
cool. I'm excited. If that comes, we should go see that and
Absolutely.
review it. That sounds actually really fun. That's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
Man, but yeah, no. If there's any way that we can replace Lego Batman with Dawn of Justice Batman
Yes.
going forward, that would be great.
Yeah, Will Arnett
Will Arnett.
replaces Ben Affleck.
Yeah. No, not even Will Arnett. Literal Lego Batman.
You're not a hero.
Darkness. I love that he makes his own music.
Yes.
Have you seen the trailer for that?
Yes.
I love the part when he comes home and he's wearing like a luxurious robe, but he's still wearing his cowl.
And like Robin tries to pick out his costume, and it's like just sillier and sillier.
It's gonna be great. I can't wait for that. But yeah, Mike, what did you
Taste test?
Taste test time.
So
I'm
I
scared.
found a gas station.
Haha, yes.
And-
Speedway. Other gas stations are available.
Yes.
You found sandwiches?
Found sandwich. You can have the boneless barbecue rib hoagie,
And what's the other one?
the spicy chicken hoagie.
Yeah, I'll go with the. I'll go with this
Choose.
one. Are they supposed to get warmed up?
They started off warm, but it's not really a gas station treat unless it's cold.
Unless it's lukewarm. So, to describe the packaging, it's it's brown packaging, wax paper. It feels
That's
like it.
a wax paper like a homeless man would use.
Right. It's speedy, good to go, freshly prepared. It actually looks like the McRib.
Yes.
That's what this is. This is a knockoff McRib.
Yeah. And they're trying to take your mind off of Chick-fil-A by adding pickles.
Right, exactly. Mm-hmm. And what is yours?
Mine is the spicy chicken hoagie. And the bread looks real.
What makes a sandwich a hoagie? Right?
I think
Like-
when it's unhealthy, because you never hear about the vegan hoagie,
Right.
the light hoagie, the vegetarian hoagie, please.
Right. There's a piece of tape that says assembled by Speedway LLC. It's wonderful.
The third ingredient is tricalcium phosphate.
Ooh, my favorite phosphate.
Mm-hmm.
There are way too many things on this ingredient list.
For a sandwich.
Right. The first ingredient is a boneless rib-shaped patty. Tell me that doesn't sound appetizing.
Alright.
Have you ever thought of something... The only thing that is described as boneless that I think is tasty are boneless wings.
Yes.
And even then, those are just chicken nuggets.
Like if your mom came out with a boneless turkey for Thanksgiving.
Okay, so what is it? It smells like...
Smells real.
Yeah, it feels real. It smells like It smells like It smells like a sloppy Joe.
Mm-hmm.
But 3 days old. It's like no. You know what it smells like? It smells like when your mom goes away for the weekend, and it's just your dad and your brother and you, and she makes like enough food for the weekend because you guys are bachelors and you can't cook.
Yeah.
And you guys forget about the sloppy Joe that you're supposed to have the first night because the first night you guys decide to get pizza.
Yes.
And then the sloppy Joe is still there on Sunday, and you're like, "Oh shoot, we got to eat this." That's what this smells like.
This bread feels very engineered.
It
It was made in a lab.
So in high school, we would have rolls like this with our meals, but they were like smaller. So this is weird for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going in.
Yeah.
Huh. Barbecue and pickles.
This tastes like a sandwich with no imagination. Like this is literally chicken and bread.
That's what this is. It's just mystery meat with pickle.
Yes. At least they threw in a pickle.
It's not bad.
You know,
It's not good either.
well, like I couldn't live on this.
But if I had to.
Mm-hmm.
Gas stations.
Starting to feel the spice.
Do you not like spice?
Mm.
You know what? Shout out to the gas station for putting more than like 3 pickles on it. There's like 5.
5 pickles.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Like, you go to McDonald's, you get like 2.
Yes. If you ask nice.
Right, exactly. It tastes like, it's like, what's up? It's like if you asked someone to who's had like barbecue before, to explain to a person that's never had barbecue what it tastes like, and then that person then makes a sandwich based off that description.
Yes. Well, I really think that like they couldn't find something spicy enough, so they used bleach.
Not while I'm eating, Mike.
Yes. My spicy bleached chicken.
It's wonderful. Oh man, for next week we're gonna be at Fall Retreat, and we're gonna hopefully podcast with our friend Peter.
Yes.
I feel like we gotta find through some secret means the food that he hates the most.
Yes.
and make it part of the podcast.
Like the squid and lima bean casserole.
Yo, nobody likes that, Mike.
Yes. No, you're right.
No. I'm pretty sure that casserole is outlawed by the Geneva Convention.
There are probably people in the eastern mountains of the Orient that are like, that's disgusting.
Of the Orient? Why would they have squid in the mountains?
That's why they're saying it's disgusting.
Why do they have Western things like lima beans?
Mountain squid is the worst.
But then, you know, there's some guys in Bulgaria that are like, yes, we like this. I need the Slurpee to wash it down.
Yes. I was in line buying these, and there was this typical teenager. I don't know why he wasn't at school, but he was wearing shorts.
Of course.
7-degree weather.
Right.
With a winter coat.
Okay.
And he had 3 52-ounce Mountain Dews.
Whoa!
Slurpee style. And his friend, probably the mentor, he had 3 pitch black Mountain Dews, shorts, winter coat.
Right.
And
They're gonna go home and play Halo.
Yeah.
That's so much Mountain Dew.
Yes.
I don't think I've ever consumed that much Mountain Dew in my life.
No.
I didn't like Mountain Dew that much.
I did this calculator once, and it's how many Mountain Dews would it take to kill you? 36 cans.
How would it kill you?
If you do it like one after another, your
Like-
heart just stops.
Because of the caffeine?
Yeah.
That's horrifying. Let's do it.
Now you know my weakness. 36 cans of Mountain Dew.
Early Christmas present idea, Lynn.
Didn't get that life insurance.
So anyways, this is Mike and Adam's Dreams and Feelings.
Yes.
What did you learn today, Mike?
Oh, I learned that you can make gas station food bland, even when bleach is an ingredient.
I learned that when you live in a community house, people come in and go. Who knew?
We need funding, guys. We
Yeah.
need our own studio,
Right.
maybe a microphone.
We need a hot tub filled with champagne.
Normal YouTube stuff.
Yeah, you know. We're superstars. We deserve to be treated like such. So yeah, well, we'll see you later.
Welcome to the dungeon.
What?
I'm trying new stuff.
That was disturbing, Mike.
I'm sorry.
Is it a fun dungeon?
Fungin.
It's a function with a ball pit.
Yeah.
We should open up a competitor to Chuck E. Cheese's called the Function.
5 nights at Fungin.
It'll be a medieval themed kitty parlor. Oh man. Anyways,
Bye.
we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Oh shoot.